Hello and welcome. It's Monday, the 12th. Very warm welcome to you all. Lovely to see you this Monday for a bit more of Monday magic. And today, what I am going to talk about is the importance of consistency. The reason I'm bringing this up as a topic today is, if I'm really honest, this is my 8th Monday magic. Started it off, think about New Year's resolutions and getting going in the new year. Week 8. And guess what? My motivation is starting to wane, and I'm starting to think, watching. It's good to see that there are 2 people watching at the moment, which is great to see. Do put your comments or share whatever you'd like to share in the chat. I'll keep my eyes open for that. So the whole idea of whether to do these or not and to keep it going, the motivation has started to wane. I'm really honest with you. Every week, turn up and share these magic moments or these Monday magics. Is that consistency is so key. I know that in the psychological world, they talk a lot about habits, and actually creating positive habits is what's going to help you create the life that you have. Equally, those positive habits equal positive action that you're taking to make things happen for yourself. And all that negative self-talk, which is what I've been experiencing today, that's saying, oh, is it really worth you doing it? Can you be bothered? Is anybody really going to want to watch this? That is just your ego having a field day, really. The part of your ego, that uninflated part that makes you play small and holds you back, and potentially would have held me back if I'd listened to that part of myself. And I'm going to introduce something, because this is one of my strategies for helping get over my ego. So when I'm starting to think, oh, this is just not engaging me, I'm just wondering what is the point? I have to look at how can I make this a joyful experience for myself, and I hope for other people that I get into contact with. So, creating and finding joy in every moment is one of my intentions for this year. In fact, it is my main intention. So what I thought about was, how could I inject a bit of joy and a bit of fun actually into these conversations that we have every Monday? So I thought I know that I've shown my parrot to you before, but I thought I might just reintroduce to you Polly, my parrot, because she actually epitomizes for me my inner critic. She is a metaphor of what my inner critical voice can be like when I'm in that place of not being sure, of playing a bit small, where I'm allowing the fear to take over. Polly appears and starts squawking in my ear, telling me that really I'm a bit boring, I'm not very good, I'm not very interesting, who's going to want to watch me? And I get all this negative self-talk coming through her. She kind of symbolizes it for me. And I wonder, for you, what symbolizes your negative self-talk? Who holds you back? If you were to choose a metaphor to describe that inner voice that might hold you back, what does that look like? Is it a person? Is it an animal? Is it a symbol of some sort that represents that part of yourself that holds you back and stops you being consistent? So I'm inviting you to think about that, because the whole thing about Polly is, having literally manifested her as a stuffed puppet at the moment, it puts it in perspective. I can see that actually she's not who I am. She may be part of who I am, and she may contribute to me in some shape or form through some of her critiquing, but she isn't the whole of me. I know that I can rise above, and I can actually brush her quite neatly off my shoulder, which is what I'm going to do now. And that's why I've joined you today, is because I knocked Polly off my shoulder. I am here because I said I would be here. I'm here because I know that I wanted to experiment with doing these lives every week. And actually, by treating them as an experiment, that also opens up another world for me, because it opens up the whole concept of learning. And I'm an avid learner. I will learn till the day I die. I've always wanted to be learning and learning from experience. And this is a great way to do it, is by doing these lives. So by experimenting and by learning, that has really helped me get remotivated. And by reminding myself of Polly as well, and that she is there as a symbol and a metaphor for me to remember not to let my ego get on top of me. So as we go through the week, as we enter this week, I'm going to invite you to think about or notice moments where your motivation or your commitment is starting to wane. And that might cause you to behave inconsistently in some way. And therefore work out what's really happening for you. What do you need to be able to re-engage and to be remotivated? For example, for today, I needed to lighten up. I needed to make it a bit more fun for myself, introduce Polly, who kind of broke the boredom, thinking it might be a bit boring. She broke that, I hope. But also remembering that this is an experiment and I'm going to be learning from this the whole way through as we go through this year. So think about what can break that pattern for you when you're thinking, oh, might not bother doing that. Get into the consistency mode. Those consistent habits are what make all the difference. So go well, enjoy your week, stay motivated, stay consistent, stick with it. Pop your comments in the box. It's been lovely having you here watching me. I'm glad that we've had some audience today, which is really good to see. Also a reminder before I pop off that it's International Women's Month next month, starting on the 8th of March is International Women's Day, but we kind of celebrate it for the whole month. And my next Leadership Live, which is on the, I can't remember the date. I think it's the 27th of March. It might not be. It might be later that week. But anyway, I will tell you next time. I'll have the date certain for next time. But it's all about women and ego, because as women, we do tend to have different ego patterns to those of men. And I think it's quite interesting to explore that as a challenge, because it's some of the things that could potentially hold us back in the workplace. So join me for that, and I'll be telling you more about it as we go through the month. But for my Magic Mondays, or my Monday Magics, they are going to be on the theme of women and leadership as we go through next month. So each one will be a little snippet about women in leadership. And I hope you'll join me again for that. Thank you for joining me today, and see you next week. Bye for now.